round of applause like that since I announced to my friends and family I was leaving Manchester to come to Glasgow. Can I just check before we start, you can all see me okay? You know, this, I don't want any of you looking for money back afterwards because you never had restricted view tickets on tickets. I'm actually a taxi driver up here in Glasgow. So this actually feels, you know, talking to people all day is what I do anyway. It feels alright, but not really that comfortable. So, you just give me a second. That's a lot better. And if you can pay when we get to the end, that'd be perfect. I'm just going to get rid of this standard, so I'm just going to put it in. No, in fact, I'll put it this side. No, it was definitely better this side. Come on, you've never known a taxi driver take the short route to anyone. Well, let me introduce myself properly. My name is Mark Wayne Davis. Quite a formal introduction, but 7 years ago I moved up to Glasgow and my name got changed overnight without anyone telling me. I suddenly just became Big Mark. And I got told to stop using my middle name. As you can see, I'm quite a fit guy. You know, being a taxi driver, we have to make sure we go to the gym quite a lot. I do go to the gym quite a lot. And I always find that when I go to the gym, it's always busy. And I always seem to be waiting for the treadmill and ending up next to Mr. Obsessive. You know the kind, he's there on the treadmill, white t-shirt, white shorts, white socks, white Nike, Puma Air, you know, latest trainers. And I've got on a black t-shirt, orange shorts, yellow socks, and a pair of high-techs. With Mark Davis written down this side. Because that's what I thought a personal trainer was. He is there with his little iPod shuffle and his little iPod earphones, and I have a Walkman and orange fluffy headphones and 8 tapes. He also has a Lucozade hydro bottle and 2 energy bars. And I've got orange juice in a Vimto bottle and 2 pork pies. As I say, driving a taxi, the first thing people always ask me when they get in is where you're from. And I'm actually from a place in Manchester called Bury, but I've discovered that Glaswegians like to tell me I'm not. Because when they get in, they'll say, where are you from? And I'm like, Bury. And they're like, where? Bury. And they think about it for a minute and they go, ah, you mean Bury? And I'm like, if I meant Bury, I'd say Bury. And it used to drive me mental. So I started doing it back. So Govan became Govan. And Drumchapel became Dr. Chapelle. And I felt really sorry for the folk getting in going to Castlemilk. No, I never changed it, I just felt really sorry for them. But you do meet the weird and the wonderful in the taxi. I usually meet the weird right enough. And I got a guy in the other week, friendly guy, chatty guy, you know, I got in and all the way up the road he's blethering away and see, I've learned the Scottish already, blethering, you know. And we get up there and it's £7.80. And I turns to Jonathan and I said, that's £7.80, Jonathan. And he said, listen, big, because by now we're on first name terms. He said, listen, big, do you want to just forget about the £7.80? He says, do you want to just come up to the flat? He said, I've got some tenants in the fridge. We could have a drink, get to know one another. He said, I think I like you, or I do like you. I think you like me. He said, we have the same sense of humour. He said, we could end up in the bedroom. I went, what? In fact, I went, what? So I jumped out of the taxi, and I ran round, and I gets in the back, and I pulled him off the back seat. And I gets hold of him, and I went, see you disgust me. I said, see what you do, it's filthy. Absolutely, there's something wrong with people like you. And I got hold of him, and I threw him at the ground. And I got out of the taxi, and I says to him, do I look like I drink tenants? So I'm actually going to leave you on one final note. I've been stood at the back there, and I've been looking at this sign, and it kind of reminds me of my sex life. Because I get naked, and then that kind of happened, and I finish off by saying, "Oh, dig yourself." Anyway, I've been Big Mark. Thanks very much.